Hi everybody, here's your March 2026 market update for the South Lake Tahoe area. We're looking at how the market changed from February to March so you can see exactly what's happening right now for both the county and the city markets. So we'll get started here. Sold homes, let's start with the sales activity in the city. We actually saw a slight increase. 10 homes sold in March compared to 9 in February, which is about 11% increase. So even though it's not a huge jump, it does show that buyers are still active in the market. New listings. Now here's where things really shifted. New listings jumped from just 3 in February to 11 in March. That's a 266% increase. So we're seeing more homeowners decide to come onto the market, and that's giving buyers a lot more options than they had just a few months ago, actually a month ago. Bear with me a second here. The median sold price. Looking at the pricing, the median sold price dropped from $686,000 down to $575,000, which is a decrease of 16%. That doesn't necessarily mean values are falling across the board. It can also reflect the mix of homes that sold. Like fewer higher end properties closing in March. That really affects the pricing for sure. Days on market. And the timing. Homes are taking longer to sell at this point. The days on market increased from 89 days to 132 days to get them closed. That's a 48% increase. That tells us that buyers are taking their time and pricing and presentation become more important than ever. Let's move on. Now, let's take a look at the county. We saw a slight dip in activity. 9 homes sold in March compared to 10 in February. That's a 10% decrease. So overall, a little slower, but still steady. New listings. Inventory really opened up here as well. New listings jumped from 5 to 15, which is a 200% increase. That's a big shift for sure. More sellers are entering the market now, means more competition for listings. Let's see here. Median sold price. This is a big headline. The median price dropped from 1.08 million down to 580,000, a 46% decrease. Now I know that sounds dramatic, but this is almost always due to the type of homes that is sold. For example, fewer luxury or, well, not in this case, lakefront in the county, but fewer luxury properties closing in March as compared to February is what's happened there. Days on market, let that pop up. On the flip side, homes are actually selling faster. Days on market dropped from 83 days to 48 days, so that's a 42% improvement. Also tells me that the probably higher end properties just weren't coming on the market. Lower ones get moved pretty quickly. So even with more inventory, homes are still moving quickly, priced correctly. And if you're thinking about buying or selling in South Lake Tahoe, this market is where the strategy really matters. Inventory is limited, pricing is shifting depending upon the area, and timing can make a big difference. If you'd like to know what your home is worth, or just talk about your options, feel free to reach out to me. I'm here at any time. I'm always here to help, and I'll see you next month. Take care.